Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Marissa. In today's video, I am going to be in the kitchen putting some meals together. I'm doing some freezer meal prep. I like to do this. I like to have easy, quick things to either throw into a crock pot or on a sheet pan, or, you know, grilling weather is coming up. Some things that we can throw on the grill. And I'm running low. So today's video is going to be mostly crock pot meals because that was easy for me. I have my grandbaby 3 days a week. I love her to death, wouldn't change it a bit, but I am tired at the end of those days. And having something easy to just throw in the crock pot and not have to worry about it, and then it's ready when dinner time comes, that's what I'm in need of right now. So I have 9 different recipes, 9 different freezer meals that I'm going to put together. And right now I'm going to take you back to yesterday when I had the grocery order, and I'm going to get the rest of the ingredients that I need together while you guys are watching that. All right, so I needed a few things for myself, which is why I was putting the grocery order in the first place. So I needed some bananas. I wanted blueberries, but they were too expensive, so I ordered some blackberries. They had a good deal on those. I needed milk. This was the main thing, and then some yogurt. And then over here is what I ordered for freezer meals. This is some stuff I needed. I got all the meats that I needed, well, almost all the meats. But we'll start right here. I needed cilantro. I've got 2 meals that require cilantro. Some Great Northern beans, 2 of those. Some beef broth. 2 cans of diced green chilies. A packet of Italian salad dressing mix. And then we have our, oh my goodness. So, and then I got 2 of the shredded beef. I got some sliced ham, a pork one. And I went back and looked at what I ordered. I did order thighs. I have never, ever, ever cooked with chicken thighs. And so this will be, I thought I was ordering boneless, skinless chicken breast. But we'll give this a try. We'll see how it goes. We may love it. Who knows? But that's all that I needed. That's all that I needed to order. This is what I didn't have on hand. Y'all, I don't know who she thinks she is. You are not allowed up here on this counter. Mad at me or not. Pippa. Yeah, you know it. Hey. Excuse me, this first meal you need your bag, and I go ahead and write everything I need on the bag before I fill it. It's just easier that way. I'm using shredded beef, some pepper and onions, beef broth, garlic salt, pepper, and then a packet of Italian dry seasoning salad mix. I already have my bag written and ready to go, so we're just going to throw everything in the bag and go from there. Super simple, super easy. You guys probably have a lot of these ingredients already in your pantry and just need to pick up a few things, which is what I did. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. So first things first, I need an apron. When I was catering, I wore aprons every day. That was just part of my uniform, I guess you could say. I worked from home, but since I'm not doing that anymore, I sometimes forget to put on an apron, and then I make a mess and ruin clothes. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our meat, and I will link all these recipes down below for you if you want to follow the directions to a T. You can. When it comes to stuff like this, if I'm not baking, then I'm not really focused on measurements, I guess you could say. I mean, within reason. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to dump all this meat in here. I'm just going to use my hand, and my hands are clean. It's finely shredded beef. Now, it says to do this on low for 8 to 10 hours in the crock pot. However, this beef is super thin, so I really don't think it's going to take that long. You could probably get away with heating it on low for about 3 to 4 hours. That would probably get it done to where you need it. Okay. Then the recipe calls for thinly sliced green pepper, and a whole onion sliced. I'm taking a shortcut, and I have a pepper and onion blend. I'm not worried about the different colors of peppers or anything like that. I actually like that. So we're going to, let's see, it calls for 2 whole grain, 1 whole, so basically a couple of cups. I'll measure just for the fun of it. We'll do a couple of, and 1 to grow on, cups of that. You're going to dump in 1 whole pack of Italian seasoning. I'm using half-gallon bags. You can use half-gallon or whole gallon. If you're making this for more than 4 people, you would probably want to go with a gallon size bag. But typically it's just me and my husband, and sometimes my daughter, so I don't really need full big old meals. So then I'm going to add 2 cups of beef stock. One thing about the half-gallon bags, they make them now where they stand up. You don't need anything to prop them up. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. And then 2 teaspoons of garlic salt. Excuse me, 3 teaspoons. 1, 2. That's a heaping one. All right, and that's it. And then when it comes time to eat these, like I said, I can throw them into the crock pot for about 3 to 4 hours. Depends on how much. If you make double the recipe, then... or actually, it's not even double the recipe. The recipe calls for 2.5 to 3 pounds of beef steak strips. So you can do like I did and get shredded beef. You can find it at any grocery store right now, I think, but I got this at Aldi. And it'll cook quicker, or you can just, you know, maybe get like a London broil or something like that and cut it up yourself, and then definitely cook it to 8 to 10 hours. Okay, so that is ready to go. That's meal number 1. This we will eat one of 2 ways. I can either serve it over rice, but we will probably have it on hoagie buns with some provolone cheese. And what I'll do is once it's all done, I'll take it out and put it on a cooking sheet, and then put it under the broiler to kind of crisp up the, you know, the ends a little bit. And I'll take you guys along with me when I do that. So that's meal number 1. All right, for this next meal, I am doing a beef and broccoli. I'm going to, again, use this shaved beef, and then broccoli. Ooh, excuse me. The broccoli, it's here for, you know, for you to see. But I'm actually not going to add this broccoli to the bag. I will add it. I have written on my bag the directions, and you basically let this cook for 5 to 6 hours. And again, I'm using the shaved beef, so it wouldn't take as long. But you're going to bake it for cook it for 5 to 6 hours. And then you're going to take 1/4 of a cup of the juice, and you're going to mix it with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And you're going to add that to the crock pot with the broccoli then, and then let it cook another ½ hour. Again, I will link this recipe down below. But I need my beef, my broccoli, some sesame seed oil, soy sauce, beef broth, and brown sugar. So it's very important to make sure you write your directions on the, I just came in from outside, you can tell. Anyway, it's very important that you write your directions on the bag, because you may forget where you got the recipe. You might lose the link or something like that. And so writing it down and having it there as you pull it out of the freezer will be super helpful. Again, we're just going to dump all of this shaved beef in here. Now this I will serve over rice when we eat it. Several of these actually will be serving over rice. Rice is just, to me, it's my favorite side dish. And it complements so many meals, you know, really well. Okay, so we've got our beef. Recipe calls for 2 pounds of beef, thinly sliced. Again, get whatever kind of beef you want. This is what I opted for. I need a cup of beef broth. need half a cup of soy sauce, which this one's about empty. I'll have to open a new one probably. Do you guys have a favorite meal prep freezer meal that you like? It's your go-to every time you do preps like this? I've been watching a lot of meal prepping videos, and right now Becky at Acre Homestead, she's one of my favorites to watch, and so I get some ideas from her, and a lot of these, especially from today's what I'm doing, a lot of these recipes are stuff that I did when my kids were little. Not really little, but when they were junior high and high school and into sports, and you needed something quick. Sometimes I would even like make ham biscuits or sausage biscuits or something like that. Sometimes I did sausage balls, and I would take that with some fruit and stuff, and that we would eat it while we were at the ball game. Anyway, I always needed something quick and easy when they were in school because, you know, you're busy with all the extra curricular activities. Okay, so that was a cup of beef broth and half of a cup of soy sauce. Now I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. This is actually one of my daughter's favorite meals, is the beef and broccoli. Half a cup brown sugar. I need a tablespoon of sesame seed oil. Now, this stuff to me is super, super potent. I don't like it to be a dominating flavor in anything that I fix. So I'm very careful with it. And this, you will always see me measure because I don't want to mess up on that measurement. And then that is everything for now. And then when it comes time, like I said, to make this, you will cook it on low. And I have a very small, I think it's a 2-quart crock pot that I have specifically because it's just me and my husband sometimes. And so this right here is the perfect. Oh, okay. Well, that one's got a hole in it. Hold on. No worries. We'll just put it into another bag. Anyway, as I was saying, I have a small 2-quart crock pot that is perfect for when it's just me and my husband eating. Even if my daughter's eating sometimes, depending on what it is, it's really convenient to have. But I will cook this on low 2 or 3, 4 hours, and then when it's close to time to get ready to eat, that's when I'll add my broccoli, and I'll mix 1/4 of a cup of the liquid with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Make some rice and add that over rice. This next one could not be more simple. Could not be. I have a pork loin. It is 2.88 pounds. I'm going to cut this in half. And all I'm going to do is add a jar of my home canned apples. Usually with this, I add apple pie filling, but I didn't have a small one. I just had my quart size, and I didn't want to use that for this. But all you need is a thing of apples. You can use this or apple pie filling, and some cinnamon, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. All you have to write on here is apple pulled pork, 8 to 10 hours on low. I will probably serve this with some green beans or carrots or something like that, because it pairs really well with that. Just going to try our best to get this out without making a mess. I don't want a lot of the juices out on the cutting board because that will make a ginormous mess. So let's do this. The next one that I'm going to do with this, it's a pork balsamic. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half and put it in my next bag, but I'll show you the rest of the ingredients for that in a minute, but let me go ahead and write. Okay. Well, looky there. I thought I was getting 1 large pork loin, but I've got 2 pork. What are these? Okay, so I thought I was getting a pork roast, but I got pork tenderloin, which is just fine. Either one will do fine. If I had gotten the roast, I would just cut it in half. If you guys hear me clearing my throat or sound nasally or something like that, I am still trying to get over this, whatever it is, crud. All right, this one is the apple. No, that's the balsamic. This one's the apple. Again, this is plenty for me and my husband, and if my daughter decides to chow with us, she can have, there'll be plenty for her. I'm going to dump every bit of this in here. If it was the apple pie filling, I would be dumping every bit of that in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon. And that's it. You can salt and pepper it at the time that you cook it. You let it cook this on low for 8 to 10 hours. Shred it up and serve it. What is going on? Right, I guess I have a bum package. So, no problem, I can double bag it. It's just, you know, kind of a waste of money having to use two. Alright, with the balsamic pork, I do take liberties with this one. I will link the recipe down below, but it's basically just inspiration for me because I don't follow. I use the ingredients, but I don't follow the directions. This way is just as easier. Actually, it's easier for me, and it still turns out great. So you've got 2 pounds of pork tenderloin. I don't know what that is. 1.5 pounds maybe. You're going to use a teaspoon of ground sage, and I am going to measure that. Teaspoon of ground sage. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, basically a pinch. You want 1 clove of garlic, which I have, you know, 1 tablespoon, whatever. That's what I'm giving, 1 tablespoon. 1/2 cup of water, which I had, this is what I used for the soy sauce. I just put the water in there with it because it's going to get some soy sauce, so it's okay. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is my 3rd cup. I'm reusing it, and I'll just do a generous helping and a little more. Oops. A tablespoon of cornstarch. Again, I'm not going to use that. I may need it at the time, but right before we eat, but I don't think so. And then I'm going to do 1/4 cup. It calls for 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, but I'm using this glaze, which is why I may not need the cornstarch. And I'm going to just squeeze in. Well, this is going to take some time. You know what? Let's eyeball it. You want roughly 1/4 cup. And that looks all right. And then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Okay, and that's it. You're going to hopefully not have a hole in this bag, but you're going to close this up, get all the air out of it. You will cook this on low for 8 to 10 hours. And then just, you know, cut it up, shred it up however you want. And this is dinner. We will have this maybe with some mashed potatoes. Yay for weeks. You know, just whatever your favorite sides are. And that is balsamic pork. This I'm excited about. So these next 2 are ham meals. Again, for the crock pot. Actually, you could put this on a sheet pan too if you wanted to. But I just got one of these hams that are already sliced. I got this from Aldi. They don't have the Kentucky Legend hams, and those are my favorite. But this is the Appleton Farms pre-sliced boneless ham in natural juices. And it is 2.3 pounds. So, I'm going to split this. Again, it's just me and my husband most of the time. If my daughter wants to partake, there's still plenty for her. And pretty much all of these would probably feed a family of 4. But if you want to do more than that, I would probably get a few more groceries. Okay. So I'm going to write on my, and it's leaking everywhere. I'm going to write on my things. One is just a, I don't know what you would call it, because these are kind of, again, I'm taking other recipes and, hold on. I can't think and look and search for my pen all at the same time. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, there it is. Anyway, this is called, the recipe I'm looking at is slow cooker Hawaiian pork chops. I'm not doing pork chops, I'm doing ham. So we'll call it Hawaiian ham. And then you're just going to put this in a crock pot on low for 4 to 6 hours. And that's it. So that one's the first one. And then the other one is going to be a cider ham, mulled cider. So I'm going to go ahead and write that on here. And it'll be the same thing, 4 to 6 hours. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the hams in their bags. Just going to split this ham up. It's already sliced. That's another easy step that you guys don't have to worry about. And again, my little 2-quart slow cooker, it'll be perfect for these meals as well. Get my hands washed. All right, for the first one you need, hold on. You need pineapples, brown sugar, soy sauce. Okay, so we'll use the bigger half. Just dump the entire 20-ounce can of pineapples. You can use chunks. This is tidbits or crushed, whatever you want, or fresh even. It calls for 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We'll do some heaping ones. And there you go. Now, something that I like to pair ham up with, which I will probably do with either one of these ham meals. Just some side dishes I like with ham, any kind of ham. Baked beans, and I have some canned baked beans downstairs that I can heat up. I love pineapple casserole, and if I do that with one of these, mercy, I'm making a mess. I will share that with you guys. Pineapple casserole is probably one of my all-time favorites side dishes for ham. And then sweet potatoes. I'm the only one in this house that likes sweet potatoes, but I have some canned downstairs, so I could just open me up a can of sweet potatoes and make them some mashed potatoes or something like that. You can get the Bob Evans kinds. That's really simple and easy and delicious. So that is meal number 5 ready to go. And then with this one, if you guys have ever shopped at like Amish stores or antique stores, which is where I got this one, or I may have gotten it at a farmer's market, you can find these things, you know, in places like that. This is a mulled spice blend. And all that I'm going to do is, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, hold on just one second. I have another can of crushed pineapples. I am going to do this with the mulled spice. And I'm not going to need this whole packet. It's a very big. It's, how many ounces? This is 6 ounces, so I'll just use half of it and save the other half for another time. I'm just going to sprinkle that in there. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Oh my. It smells like the holidays. And then just close this up. And again, the sides that I mentioned to you would be the sides that I will make with this. Super, super easy. Super delicious. I may do a video of like freezer side dishes. because those side dishes that I talked about with any of these meals, well, except for the white rice one maybe, you can freeze, and then you really, you're saving yourself less hassle on the day of just popping it into the oven. So that is 2, 4, 6. That is 6 meals ready to go. We got 2 more to go. So I have a lot of canned chicken in my canning pantry, and if I have enough room in my half-gallon bag with this recipe, I will add the chicken. Go ahead and add it just to make sure I don't use it up before I'm ready to make this. But if I don't, I'll just leave it out. It's fine either way. The recipe calls for a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast, trimming the excess fat off of it. I'm not going to use raw chicken with this. I'm going to use this. So let's go ahead and get all of these ingredients in the bag. First thing, again, I will I will link these recipes down below. It calls for 1 diced yellow onion. I'm just using what's left in this bag of freezer. 2 cloves of minced garlic, which is, again, a couple of, we'll use 1 heaping tablespoon. It calls for 24 ounces of chicken broth. However, I'm going to put in one of my 16 ounces, and then at the time I will add the rest of this. Has broth in it as well. There are a lot of ingredients to this one, so that's why I'm hoping it'll all fit. Okay, then I need 2 cans of Great Northern beans drained and rinsed. So give me just 1 second. If I didn't say it already, this is white chicken chili, and my husband has been asking for this for a while. I haven't made it in years. So 2 cans of Great Northern. You need 2 cans of diced green chilies. As you can see, this bag is getting pretty full, so I'm probably not going to be adding the chicken because I still have a couple more things to add. You need a 15-ounce can of corn. I have some freezer corn here that I'm just going to eyeball. That looks pretty good. Now the seasoning. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, now the seasoning. Please don't spill. Okay, so we need a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of cumin, three-fourths of a teaspoon of oregano. This is Italian seasoning. Half a teaspoon of chili powder. And then it calls for, I'm going to add a whole teaspoon. It calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That's not my thing. If they want to spice it up when they eat it, they can add some jalapenos to the top of it. I'm going to rinse off my cilantro. And we're going to chop it up. It calls for a small handful of cilantro. So we're just going to chop this up best we can. I'm not worried about it being perfect. And that's it. We're going to close all of this up and seal it up. And then when I'm ready to eat it, I'll just put it in, dump it all into the crock pot, and I will add my jar of already canned chicken. All right, there you go. White chicken chili ready for the crock pot. Let's mix it up a little bit. All right. I didn't mention, I don't think I did, the white chicken chili. We will eat that with, Robbie will probably put some jalapenos on top of it. Not me. And then we can put some fresh cilantro at the time, sour cream if you like sour cream. We don't, but we will probably most definitely use shredded cheese and either Fritos or tortilla chips for that. All right, the last meal that I'm going to do is cilantro lime chicken. This we will have with rice. So I'm just going to get all of these ingredients into the bag. Now this, at the beginning, I was telling you that I meant to order chicken breast. And I ordered chicken thighs. I have never, ever, ever cooked with chicken thighs. I guess there's a first time for everything. We grew up, I mean, when you would go to, what is it? You go to KFC or something like that. And actually there was this place called Maryland's Fried Chicken. Y'all, I don't even know. I guess I cut this stuff off. There was a place called Maryland's Fried Chicken. And we would get, on some Sundays, we would get a bucket of chicken. But instead of getting a bucket of mixed stuff, we would always get chicken breast. And yes, it was a lot more expensive, but that's just what my family liked. We preferred the chicken breast. So, you know, anytime I'm cooking something with chicken, it's always chicken breast. Boneless, skinless. The chicken that I can is boneless, skinless chicken breast. So this, I'm not worried about this. We'll give it a go. I'm sure it'll still be good. I just hope that I'm cutting off all the right parts. I have no idea. So we're going to get our chicken in the bag and then the rest of our ingredients. Let me go wash my hands. One thing I like about these meals that I'm doing today is it doesn't mess up a lot of dishes because you're dumping everything in bags. I mean, your measuring cups and stuff you're messing up, but that's very easy cleanup. All right, so to this bag, to our chicken, we're going to add one 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Again, I had some tomato sauce canned downstairs, but we used it all already. I do have tomatoes in my freezer that I need to process, so I need to get busy on that sometime. We need cilantro. I am just going to use what's left right here. And I'm not even going to chop it up. I'm just going to throw it in here. Because it says torn apart. This is fine. It's going in a crock pot. It'll cook down. And then we need one lime juiced. We're going to eyeball it. I don't have limes, but I do have lime juice. Looks pretty good. Teaspoon of chili powder. A little heaping teaspoon. And then a teaspoon of cumin. Another heaping teaspoon. And then it says garlic salt or garlic powder. I have garlic salt out here, so we're just going to, it doesn't tell me how much, so again, we'll eyeball it. And that's it. Everything, this is ready to go. Put it in the freezer. When you're ready to cook it, you just dump it into your crock pot. Cook it on low for 8 to 10 hours. Shred your chicken up. Mix it all together. And then serve it over rice. And you're good to go. All right, guys. I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. We got 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait a minute. I thought I said 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. I guess I only have 8. I don't know why I said 9. We have 8 meals ready for the freezer, which means that's 8 dinners that I don't have to worry about. I mean, I could break this up and this be a 2, maybe 3 week meal plan because we'll have leftovers. I mean, yes, even this we'll have leftovers. Sometimes we just, you know, fix like a quick grilled cheese, or we might order a pizza or something. But as far as me having to cook in the kitchen, I've got 8 meals ready to go, and I'm excited and I'm thankful. We have our Crockpot pepper Philly cheesesteak, our beef and broccoli, apple pulled pork. We've got the balsamic pork. We've got the hot Hawaiian ham. the cider ham. We've got our cilantro lime chicken and white chicken chili. So all of these will go in the freezer, and I am just so thankful and so blessed. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this was fun for you to watch and give you some ideas of some things that you can, you could do any of these meals the day of and mix it all together and just throw it right in the crock pot. You don't have to make it a freezer meal. So these recipes are very good and they're very versatile. You don't have to just stick to the recipe. Lord knows I don't. But I will link the recipes down below to kind of give you the inspiration as well. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I would love you to subscribe. We do all kinds of different things here. I do a lot of cleaning and cooking videos, but I also do grocery hauls. I've done day in the lives, weekend in the lives. Anyway, garden season is coming up, and so I've got seedlings going over here behind me, and I've got more to start, and so there's just all kinds of things coming up. And so I hope that if that sounds like something you guys would enjoy, that you'll consider coming back, subscribe, and come back. Until next time, guys, I will see y'all later. Bye.